Hello everyone, welcome to Vedantu Malayalam channel. This is Sana Khan, your maths master teacher and your friend, and I am here to relieve your stress before Keam 2023 exam. And how's that possible? Well, I know that you guys might be stressed out and nervous a lot, thinking that what should we do? How should we do it? What should we not do before the exam so that our exam goes well? We all have that nervousness, that little heartbeat in our heart, right? Going on all these days that, oh, what will happen? Like, are we preparing enough? Are we doing enough things to score good marks, to score 400 plus? So, let's discuss all that in today's session where I will be discussing with you guys what are the do's and don'ts during the Keam exam preparation. Well, as you guys know, only last 10 days are left before your Keam exam. 17th May is the D day where we have to perform superbly well, right? But don't take stress about that. Let's discuss that how we can utilize these 10 days. What should we do? What should we not do in these 10 days so that our output is maximum? Are you guys ready? Let me know in the chat box how are you feeling right now. Okay. Now, first of all, if you are new on this channel, don't forget to subscribe because very soon we are starting from Monday marathon series. It will be like complete revision of maths, physics and chemistry, complete formula cheat sheet, complete previous year questions of each and every chapter, so many tips and tricks, so many exam tips, so many exam preparation tips, everything coming up power packed in these coming up 10 days. So if you don't subscribe, you are going to miss out on a lots of things. Okay, so let's start today's discussion that what should we do in the last 10 days. Okay, so first we will discuss about the things we should do. Number one is you should be making a formula cheat sheet by now. If you have not yet made it, try making the formula cheat sheet every day for 2 to 3 chapters, whichever you are revising. Okay, for example, in the marathon series, I will revise, let's say, 3, 4 or 5 chapters in a day for you, like complete revision, complete formulas. So you can use that session to note down all the formulas, because just one day before the exam, you will not have time to revise everything and go through all the notes. And especially in maths, what is important? Formulas, because we have seen together that if you know the formula, you can solve Keam exam question. They are very less theory question, more formula based questions, right? So we will focus on formula cheat sheet. Second, the most important advice I always give to my students, whenever is your exam. So suppose your maths exam is between 2:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. Between 2:30 to 5 p.m. you will not sleep. Nobody should sleep at that time. Even if you are very sleepy, very tired, not at this time. Before 2 p.m., after 5 p.m., not between this. Because what will happen if you sleep between this time, you will have a habit of sleeping, and then in the exam, exactly at this moment, you will feel sleepy and your brain will work less. So don't sleep. Solve questions. Between 2:30 to 5 p.m., make a habit of only solving question, maths, physics or chemistry. Just practice questions actively, solve mock test, solve sample papers, so that you have a habit of writing exam between this time. Okay, this is very important. Next is note down the mistake points. This is something nobody will ever advise you, but this is a very good trick to reduce our negative marking. This is something I have always done for competitive exam preparation. I note down my mistake points. Suppose I am solving a question and I do a mistake, I immediately note it down, even if it is a small mistake, like minus of minus, I didn't do plus, I note it down. Why? Because before exam, once I go through all that, now in the exam, it automatically comes in mind that Sana, you don't have to do this. Sana, don't do mistake here. Sana, don't do solve like this. This is what happened earlier. This is very important secret tip nobody will ever tell you, that helps a lot in competitive exams like this. Because when there are so many questions, there are chances you will miss out or you will do silly mistakes, and that will give you negative marks, and negative marks are our biggest enemy. We don't want them at all, right? Next, listen to motivating people only. Okay, if anybody is telling you that, oh God, Keam has so many questions, only 2 hours 30 minutes, how will you solve it? No, that's like nonsense. We are not listening to those people. We are not talking to friends who are saying, oh, I have prepared everything. Oh, you're not following that channel. That channel it was teaching so good. You lost so much. Don't listen to such people. Even if your parents are telling that, oh, you haven't studied anything, what will you do in the last 10 days? Don't listen to your parents also. Just listen to the motivating people, motivation talks, motivation songs, some hip hop or some like something that brings you up, that cheers your mood. Listen to those songs, listen to those people, and keep your mind very, very positive. Positive mindset will give you 10 marks, 20 marks extra. That is my guarantee. And negative marks will lose you 40, 50 marks. That is also my guarantee. So positive mind is a must at this moment. Okay. You can and you will. This is what you have to keep saying to yourself. Okay. Next is eat only healthy foods. Now you'll say, ma'am, what kind of advice is there that eat healthy food? It is so important. You don't know. Many of my friends have suffered stomach problem, headache problem, sleepless issue, because what happens if you eat junk food one day, your sleep is compromised for 2 days. If your sleep is compromised, your brain, your thinking power is compromised, and you will not give your 100%, and that is not what we want. We want to give our 100%, right? So we will eat only healthy foods, no matter how tempting is burger or pizza or golgappe or anything. We will not eat that. We will just focus on homemade healthy food. Whatever your mom makes is good for you. Even if she is making burger, you can eat that, but homemade. Okay. No stomach upset problem should be there during these days. Also, last 10 days are very critical, because we are starting marathon series, all the study tips, all the exam tips, and so many things every day. So much will go on now. If you are not well, you will not be getting full advantage of that, right? Now, we have discussed what should we do. Now, there are some things we should not do at this time, which are super, super important, because that will again lead you in the wrong direction, make you lose time, and make you lose confidence. So, what are those things? Number one, taking a lot of stress and worrying a lot while studying. It happens when it happens when integration is coming in the exam. I have not studied integration. Integration has so much of marks. What will I do? Okay, integration is one chapter, but you have studied other 15, 16 chapters. They will not give you marks. They will give you marks, right? They will give you good colleges. So it's okay. Just leave integration, or just leave probability if you don't know that chapter. Focus on the things that you already know at this point. Okay. Don't focus too much on the things that you are like, oh my god, I have learned this, I haven't learned that, I have learned this, I should focus on that. Okay, the differentiation I have already done, I will not revise. No. Strong topics should become stronger. Weak topics, it's okay. Leave them. This is the time you can't focus on them. Okay. Next is, there is a misconception that if you study at a long stretch, then it will improve your concentration and it will lead to more studying hours, but it's not like that again. So during this time you have to take breaks. Even in the marathon series, we will provide you breaks, because if you don't take break, you think that you are learning, but your mind actually stops learning after some time. Okay, your mind actually becomes like, okay, I'm listening to it, something is going in my head, but I don't know what it is. Okay, so we will not study like that. We will not study for continuous long hours. We will take breaks, but of course, like, you can stretch to 1 hour, you can stretch to 2 hours, but then take a 15 minutes break. Not more than that. Not like 1 hour break and 15 minutes study. Please, that's not the time for that. But of course, breaks are very, very, very important. Okay. Next, too much dependence on teachers is something you must avoid at this time. For what? For example, if I told that you should make formula cheat sheet, and then you are like, okay, I will keep scrolling through internet, I will keep looking through different channels, and I will just search who has given formula cheat sheet, or is it coming or not, or this or that. No. If you have one teacher, if you are following, suppose, our channel, don't worry, you don't have to go anywhere. we are already going to provide you formula cheat sheet. So you shouldn't be like, yo, I have to follow that, I have to follow this, I have to follow my school teacher, I have to talk to that person. No, just have confidence on yourself that whatever you are doing right now is sufficient. You are sufficient for yourself and you are going to do what you have planned already. Okay, next. Mugging up during the last minute is something we all go for. We are like, okay, I have done vectors, I have done 3D, I have done differentiation, but then statistics and probability is something we have not done. So what should we do? At the last 2 days, we will just go through all the topics, try to memorize all the formula, and then we can attempt the question from that chapter. You know what? That will never help you. I never used to do that. I earlier used to do this. Then I understood that it is wrong, because whatever you study at the last moment, you're like, yo, let me just fill my brain with probability. That probability might be filled, but then something will be spilled out from your brain, because at that time your brain is already full with all the physics, chemistry, maths, everything you have learned. As soon as you start learning new things, your brain and your heart becomes little confused that are we able to memorize it, are we doing good enough, are we will be able to solve it or not. And in the exam what happens? Suppose you have memorized probability formula and you see probability question, what your brain will think that, oh, I have learned this formula, let me try this question. Now before exam you have never practiced probability question. In the exam you are solving it for the first time. It will take 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and it will take a lot of time and waste your time. So do you want to waste your time while solving 120 questions in 2 or 30 minutes? Not at all. Any question that is taking longer than 2 minutes should be immediately cut off. Don't solve, don't solve, don't solve. It doesn't matter how much you are scoring. Negative mark and time waste are your biggest enemies in the exam. Avoid that. Once you have completed the full paper, then you go for these questions. That okay, now I will attempt probability question because I have solved the full paper. Clear? No mugging up at the last moment. Next, not going through your skill set by attempting model papers. How many of you have seen model papers, sample papers till now? And how many of you have analyzed and realized that you are strong in differentiation, you are strong in vectors, you are strong in 3D? How many of you have done that? If you have not done that, you are doing a big mistake again. So many times I have told you, go through the model papers, solve the model papers, understand your skill set, and try to know that what is better for you. If your friend knows integration, you may not know integration. Then why are you following integration? You follow what you know, na? Your stronger topics. That will help you. Okay. Next, avoiding sample papers or PYQs. Are you somebody who has not yet solved sample paper and PYQ? Then you are doing the biggest mistake before Keam exam. Still you have 10 days. Just open one sample paper, one mock paper, one PYQs. I will suggest don't open sample paper. At this time, just open PYQ. PYQ is previous year question paper of 2022-2021. Go through them, analyze which chapter is having more question. I have already made a video also on last 10-year paper analysis, that which chapter are asked more and more in the exam. Follow them and then note down those chapters. See that have you completed or not. If not, then whatever marathon series we are bringing you, whatever revision series we are bringing you, focus on them. Give time more to those chapters and you are good to go. Clear to all of you? Okay guys, so now I have laid out all the basics that you need to follow in the last 10 days. What should you do? What you should not do. Okay, so I hope you will follow that and you will get the maximum benefits. Now many more special study tips and exam tips are coming your way on this channel every day. So subscribe to it quickly and don't go anywhere else. Stay tuned till 17th of May and we are there to support you in every way possible for your Keam exam. Okay, all the best my kids. We will rock together. Don't worry, don't stress out at all. Everything is going to be super. Okay, thank you for watching today's lecture. If you enjoyed, do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and follow for upcoming videos. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.